gonna lie. There's a lot of things I don't know. I have questions like, why do we need to eat food? Why are there no animals on the moon? What makes cheetahs fast and turtles slow? Why does my body grow? I don't really know. What's the sun? What's a star?
This is a clip from my very favorite website, Vocabulary. I mean, other than social media. Oh, wait, just a second. I know it's a weird time. Hi, Benita. Okay. This is coming from Vocabulary, which is an awesome website. That is where you can find me. I'm going to introduce myself real quick. I know this is a weird time because it's right after school, Eastern time. I'm about to go to the gym. And work out with my trainer. I am cold, first of all. I just came in from bus call, but I am Andrea Runnels. I'm a 5th grade teacher in Metro Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm also a blogger and a TPTer, and you can find me at runitrunnels everywhere except the Twitterverse. Today was our first day back with kids, and I channeled my inner Famous and First and my inner Sarah Rocky Top teacher to try to bring some magic. I don't think it's a thing that people don't know that I much prefer social studies and don't really care for science, but I do teach both subjects. So, hi, Pavy Tech. So I just wanted to show people how I brought my own magic and made science fun for myself, and therefore, of course, it's fun for the kids. And also how I kind of differentiated what I did with science today. But first thing, I want to show you this great mentor text for persuasive writing. So basically, I'm just going to walk you through what I did today real quickly. I Want to Iguana is like a popular mentor text that a lot of people use for persuasive writing, and a lot of people haven't heard of this one. I don't even know where I found it. But this is called My Brother Dan's Delicious, and it's so funny. It's real, and like I said, I teach 5th grade, and I read this to my 5th graders, and they loved it. Haha, that's one of my coworkers. No, you can just be awesome. Yeah, well, the thing is, I just love social studies so much that I'm like, I don't want to teach science. But anyways, so this one is really good, and there's a lot of good descriptive language, and what this little boy is trying to convince a monster not to eat him, that his older brother is so much better because his older brother is tastier, and his older brother is eats healthy food, and his older brother is bigger, and it's really cute, and it has a lot of good persuasive techniques, and that's what we're doing in writing. I only teach science and social studies, like I said, but in the mornings, we the whole school does writing for 30 minutes, and that makes my heart happy because I love to teach writing because I'm weird. I like writing and social studies. Not a lot of people like that. So that's what we did this morning, and that's one that a lot of people haven't heard of, so just wanted to share that. So for science, we're talking about the scientific method, and what I did is I started with that vocabulary today, and then we went back through our Frosty rap. I wrote a song parody of Frosty the Snowman back right before Christmas. And Frosty is not just a Christmas song, right? Frosty is for winter, and it's still winter. So we did little karaoke. Let me show it to you again. Little karaoke version of it today, and sang it together, and have a link to the karaoke version of Frosty on my blog, and I also have my lyrics to it, and that was a really fun thing to do in science for me because I like writing, was to incorporate writing song parodies, and they need all the internet's been so slow here today, and my computer's monitor's messed up too, so bear with me. So that was really fun for them to write song parodies too. They started them before Christmas break, and some of them are still working on them. Of course it's not working. Of course. But anyway, here's the, I'll just show it to you. This was the one I wrote, and there's a link to it on my blog, like I said. So we sang through this karaoke style, so that was fun. So we did a song, And then we also did, I did 2 games, and I made these up like on the spot. So on my lesson plans, I wrote like go through scientific method or whatever. And I wrote like put the steps in order. And the way that our classes are, I have the highest group first. I have 3 different classes. And then basically the way my schedule is, I have high and then medium and then low. I mean, just keeping it real. And so with my high class, after we went through this and we watched a brain pop, because you know there's a brain pop for everything science. Sorry, I thought I had everything together. What I did is I had made these so long ago. These little bags it was just a cut up index card, and it just had like the steps of the scientific method, and they just worked together to put it in order. And then we just checked it with a PowerPoint to see if they got it right. So that was just something they did in partners. Okay, so they did that by themselves because the high group, they could handle that. And then I just made up this little game, okay, to make sure that their questions were testable or not for an experiment. So I hung this up over there on the bulletin board. Yeah, I decided to redo my bulletin board yesterday and didn't have time to finish because they closed the building. So pardon them, it looks like a hot mess in here. So we had Abominable Snowman in one place. And then we had Frosty Scientist, who the song is based on because Frosty's a careful scientist, in the front of the room. So what I did was I gave the kids a situation, and then they had to walk over to the side of the room that they thought that they agreed with. Like I said, how big is Jupiter? And I was like, is that a testable question or not? And the answer is no. It's something you just look up. So they walked over to Abominable Snowman because they wouldn't be following the scientific method if they did that. And I don't even know if I spelled that right, so pardon that. Or then I said, like, what is the lifespan of a worm? And of course, that's something you could test. So they walked to Frosty Scientist. So that was kind of fun. And then by the time I got to the 2nd and 3rd class, I had a better idea than just the puzzle, because this was, like I said, for my high group, this was easy for them. But my other groups, I wasn't going to give this to them. They would still be working on it right now. So for my medium group, and I also had them make sure they had to work together, and I bet them a 1-minute dance party on whether or not they could get these right. And so I passed these out to the different groups because we're seated in groups. There's my triangle group way in the corner that I'm so proud of. But I had them put these in, and you know what? I found this poster at Dollar Tree, and I forgot I even found it, and I just cut up the poster at Dollar Tree. It was like a scientific method poster. That's awesome. And I just cut it up, and they had to put the steps in order, and if they got it right, then they got a 1-minute dance party, and of course I helped them get it right. And then with my low group, which has a lot of, it's not just that they're necessarily low. I have a lot of English language learners. I let them the whole class work together. This group, I was like, send a representative, and you guys better help your representative get in the right order. Yes, we do, and that's exactly why I'm doing this. They have a science fair project due next week on my birthday, which is not great. But it's something that, like the school does every year, and they're all doing a project, and we're going through exactly how to do a project, and like how to follow the scientific method and what a variable is. I talked about that a million times, and we're going to go through a sample project tomorrow with paper airplanes, I think, and then we're going to talk about how to do the display board on Friday. And I just posted a whole bunch of crap, like I have a course page for my classes, and because that's how our county does things, and I just posted a whole bunch of links. Invention convention. That sounds fun. I'm gonna do a history fair because I'm just a nerd. But anyways, there's the link to my post right there. And it has like I said, the steps and links to other Christmas carols, which would be weird right now, but Frosty still works. Let It Snow works, but I don't really want it to snow, but you could have it snow. But anyway, so that's what I did for science. Now for social studies, you see my monitor messed up. We're supposed to be starting the Spanish-American War. We've got time to do that tomorrow and Friday. I wanted to include the one-word idea that a lot of teacherpreneurs and bloggers and just regular people are focusing on. And my word is confident. And what I did is the way I framed the whole day was use Kid President as inspiration because I love Kid President and the kids love him too. I showed his Guide to Being Awesome video, and all I did, and it's kidpresident.com, and I just looked on, I just Googled that, but because I couldn't remember the exact website, but it's just kidpresident.com, and showed, my monitor's messed up, the kit, and I put it through Safe Share. So Guide to Being Awesome. And then after that, I said, okay, we're going to come up with one word to help ourselves be awesome. And then the top two classes, the first two classes, I had them make a list. And then the last class, I just showed them the list. And I'll show you that in a second. But what I did, I showed them on my blog, like how I put that together. And I showed them my blog post anyways when I talk about persuasive writing. I was like, what do you think I'm doing in this? I'm trying to give people the power to confidence to Periscope. I said, so I'm focusing on confidence. And I showed them that. And I said, oh, I'd bring my thing in the morning that I painted and then hot glued to make it look like I can paint. But some of the words, they came up with some good ones, some really good ones. And I shared, Benita, I shared yours. I shared Zone. And then some of them came up with, you know, original, and I helped frame them. Responsibility, courage, respect. Someone came up with creative. I was like, yes, hallelujah. And I was like, you know what? I said, part of my not letting anyone dull my sparkle is to not forget my creative ideas and use them. And no matter if other people think I'm crazy having kids go to different corners of the room, or if they think I'm crazy doing song parodies, I don't care, because and I've told them I'm going to keep my big magic journal that Amy Harris made for me as part of a gift exchange. And I'm going to write down creative ideas. And so I'm going to not let anyone dull my sparkle, and I'm going to be confident in my abilities by doing that. And so what they're doing for homework is on an index card, and I can't show you the final product because we ran out of time to do it for homework. Sorry, my nose is running. I was just outside for bus call, like I said. Okay, here's my halfway finished project. I was like, maps, something with maps, okay? All they have to do for their card is just write the word and color it. And I was like, you know what? If you pick creative and you want to do a poster, I said, then you can do a poster. I said, if you want to make a sculpture, if you want to do a dance, there you go. And I explained like how we're going to pick, because one of my kids was like angry, and I was like, no, I was like, you need to reframe that and make it into a positive thing, like maybe self-control. So I did not have them come up with like a mindset sentence, because that's a little too complex for 5th graders doing something like this. But when I first brought up resolutions, they even said, yeah, people never stick to those. And I was like, this is how we're going to be awesome in 2016. And so tomorrow, they're going to bring theirs finished, and I'm going to hang them up on here. And the title is going to say, mapping out, yes. What did I say? Something like, we're mapping out our way to be awesome in 2016, or something like that. Because I love puns, and there you go. We're mapping out, and it's on maps, and I'm a word nerd too. And so that's just something that and that took me 5 minutes to put up there. And so that was a really easy bulletin board. I had like what I had on here before that I ripped off yesterday was like something that took me like hours and hours, and ain't nobody got time for that. So at this time of the year, I was reorganizing my binders too. I have lots of ambitious halfway finished projects in my room right now. But anyways, I just thought that was, I just really had a good day back, because I really tried to be positive, and I tried to stand at the door and greet all the kids this morning while I was cooking my oatmeal. But anyways, I really had a good day, and like I said, I brought in fun to science for things that I think are fun, and that wasn't like a hands-on experiment, but that was and I talked about how if you're someone who doesn't really like science, how they could make their science. Yes, it is. I like being in a routine, because I get bored easily. And my husband and I think we're getting irritated with each other for being home so much together. So it was time for me to come to know he was ready for me to go back to work. But I thought it was really good that I mentioned that, you know, you could do a consumer product. And my daughter's in college, but I tell them when she did a science fair project, she did like cookies, and she did like a survey, and she tried cookies with 3 different brands of flour. It's like, you can make something into a consumer product, or like carpet cleaner. I said, you don't have to like build a robotic thing. So I'm trying to them to be a champion for science, even though I don't like it, but I teach it, and I give it my 100%, even if it's not my favorite. So don't worry, everyone. But anyways, I'm about to go work out with my trainer, and I hope that you had a good day back. And if you didn't, tomorrow's another day. So, oh, that was very Scarlett O'Hara of me. I do live in Atlanta, but I hope that, thank you, and I'm sure I will see y'all on other forms of social media. And the good thing is it's Wednesday. It was weird to start a work week in the middle of the week, which we had a work day yesterday, but I'm excited and to be able to use the one word to like redirect my kids, because I told them they could write their names on the back of the card so other people didn't see whose word it was, but I'm going to have them write it down for me. So that way, you know, if they pick the word responsible and they're not turning in their work, then I can say, oh, are you being responsible? Instead of, you're not turning in your work. So I told them today, I was straight up, I was like, look, I care about you more than I do your test scores. And I said, I really don't. This is not that I don't care at all, but I want you to be a good person and go to college and be successful. And we're getting ready for that now. And we're going to be awesome in 2016 and awesome for life. And I hope you're going to be awesome for life too. And you have the power to Periscope. People that haven't tried out Periscope, I want you to get on here and try it sometime in 2016. All right. Thank you for watching.